want to go after Sarah's killers.
Point it at my chest! Do it now!
You're just not a killer, Charlie.
Hey guys, Society Reviews here, my review of the film The Amateur. One of the biggest modern tropes in movies today is protagonists that can somehow overpower their enemies despite their obvious physical limitations. How many times do we see a female protagonist with the ability to take out men 3 times her size in hand-to-hand combat and expect to believe that this would happen in reality? Rami Malek is not someone you would choose to be your traditional action star. He doesn't have the swagger of Jean-Claude Van Damme, he doesn't have the one-liners of Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he's not going to clear out an entire room of people like Chuck Norris. But what a film entitled The Amateur does to its benefit, it realizes that their protagonist is the antithesis of a physically opposing threat and decides to use that into their advantage for one of the better action thrillers of the year. The film begins with a cartographer who works for the CIA and a mission that has gone wrong. Charlie Heller sees his wife gunned down in real time and is emotionally broken by watching the footage of his wife's final moments. Charlie becomes even more infuriated when he discovers that some of the members of the CIA do not seem as motivated to bring his wife's killers to justice as he does. Demanding to be trained to get revenge himself, Charlie quickly realizes he does not have the makings of a stone-cold assassin despite all the rage that is built within him. However, instead of giving up, Charlie decides to use the one thing that he holds to his advantage, which is his intelligence, and as a result, Charlie goes against the wishes of the CIA and he uses his smart and his ability to create elaborate traps to take out one by one the people responsible for the death of his wife. Based on a remake for the 1981 film, The Amateur plays very much like a Jason Bourne movie with physical limitations. The cinematography of the movie highlights the film's ability to film in extravagant locations all around the world that gives audiences the sense that they're truly watching an espionage thriller. The movie is very simple: revenge. A man who is obsessed with vengeance against those who killed his wife puts his entire reputation on the line to make sure his wife's killers don't get to enjoy another day that was taken from her. The plot here is simple enough, and the cast has plenty of solid actors to make the best of what they have. The only issue here is that the movie feels like there are certain plot points that aren't as fleshed out as others. For instance, John Bernthal's character in the movie doesn't feel as fleshed out as it should be. Instead, he plays a character that feels like some of his more impactful scenes were cut out due to a longer runtime. There are also some instances in the movie that challenges your threshold of believability, as the character requires some buzzer-beating antics in order to see the plot through. The film certainly isn't needing polishing when it comes to the finer details of the overall story. However, there isn't much to knock as far as the high point of the movie is concerned. Charlie comes off as smart enough to know exactly what he's doing, yet he is still naive enough to be in over his head when it comes to the endgame of his mission. Based on being an entertaining action thriller, The Amateur more than succeeds at its goal at giving audiences a satisfying ride to its conclusion. The Amateur is not a film that's going to start a franchise by any stretch of the imagination, but it is one of the better films 2025 has to offer. A calculated man with nothing to live outside of his loved ones is a dangerous one to cross when he has lost everything. I give this film a 3.5 out of 5.
Device that's been decompressing the glass beneath you. You held a gun to my wife's head.
You have the wrong person.
I have exactly the right person.